Good morning. Today we were going to be talking about 6.7 simple interest. Okay? If you ever put your money into the bank or if you borrow money, sometimes they charge you what's called simple interest. And simple interest is money paid or earned for the use of money. So if you borrow money, you pay back interest as well. You borrow the money, plus you pay back interest. Okay? And if you put your money in the account, you have your money and it earns interest. So we use the formula that's called I equals PRT. And remember, when they're all sitting next to each other, it means to multiply. So this I stands for the interest. That's the interest paid or earned. This is the principal, and it's spelled like Mr. Bisher, but it is really the amount of money that you borrow or invest. Okay, or that you put in. R is the rate, written as a decimal. It's the percent written as a decimal. And T is the amount of time, and it's in years. So you guys have to remember, if they put 9 months, you got to change 9 months to years. So when they ask you to find the interest, you plug it into this formula, I equals PRT. And then to find the account balance, that means how much is in your account. Okay, if you put $200 in your account and it earns $20 interest, your account balance is $220. So you take the principal, which is the amount you borrowed, and you add your interest. So, example 1 says I put $700 in my savings account. The account earns 5% simple interest. What is the interest earned over 2 years? What is the account balance? Okay, so we put $700 into our account. That is called your principal, so that's your P. The account earns 5% simple interest. Okay, so there's my rate. And it says, what's the interest earned over 2 years? And notice that is in years, that's my time. So it wants to know the interest. So I put I equals PRT. Sorry, that's my dog chewing on his bone, dropping it on my floor. So it's just solving. We plug in. We need to find I, and the P is $700 times my rate. Remember, 5% needs to go to a decimal. That's 0.05, so I plug in 0.05. And T is the time in years, which is 2. And all I do is plug that into the calculator. And I get the answer of $70. Okay, so that's the amount of interest. But now it says, what is the account balance? Meaning, how much is in my account? Well, my account balance, remember, I started with $700. It earned interest, so I made $70. So the account balance is $770. Okay, this time it says I invest money at 9% simple annual interest for 18 months. How much interest do I earn if I deposit $850? What is my account balance? Okay, so here is the 9% simple annual interest for 18 months. Now notice that this is in months. We've got to change to years. And I deposited $850. That's my P. So it wants to know how much interest. So I write I equals, my P is $850. That's how much I put in. My R, so this is going to be 0.09. And my T, it's 18 months. But 18 months over 12 months, those cancel out to become a year. And 18 divided by 12 is what? 3 over 2, which is 1.5. So it's 1.5 years. Plug that into the calculator. And you get an interest of $114.75. Okay, so now my account balance, we have to start with my principal plus my interest. So the principal amount I put in was $850 plus my interest of $114.75. Add those together and we get $964.75. That's how much would be in my account. Unfortunately, now the interest rates are so low that they're less than 1% and less than 0.5%. So sometimes it's not really good to put your money in the bank if you don't want to. So what I'm going to have you guys do is do page, hang on a second. All right, we're going to practice a couple more problems, and then your homework is going to be to do the workbook page 140 that's on here, and I want you to do number 4 and number 6, and then we'll go over those tomorrow, so make sure you have them. So you will not be submitting those today. So look at number 3. It says find the annual interest rate. Okay, so we know that I equals PRT, correct? Look at what we are given. We are this time given I. So I'm going to replace that I with 18. We know P is 200, so I'm going to replace P with 200. We don't know the interest rate, so I'm going to put times R. And then the time we do know is 18 months, which we write as 3 over 2, which is 1.5. Okay? So this is basic algebra. All we're going to do is solve for R. Well, the first thing that we need to do is multiply 200 times 1.5. So you take 200 times 1.5, and you get 300. So we have 300R. In order to get R by itself, we are going to divide both sides by 300. Now notice this is going to be a really small number. You know why? Because this is going to be a rate, and when you get a rate, it's written as a decimal. So when you take 18 divided by 300, you get 0.06 equals R. And just remember, when it's a rate, you've got to change 0.06 back to a decimal. Or from a decimal to a percent. Okay, so we move 1, 2, so my rate is going to be 6%. Okay, so it's just simple algebra. Sorry, guys. Did it again, 6%. Okay, you're going to do the same thing on number 4. Number 5 says find the amount of time, which is T. Again, we're going to use I equals PRT. And this time it says find the amount of time. That's what we're trying to find. So here's I. I'm going to substitute that in place of I, which is 60. My P is $750. My rate, I got to change it from 4% to 0.04 times T. Okay, well, look at the formula. We're going to take $750 times 0.04, and we get 30. So we get 60 equals, when we multiply those together, we get 30 times T. Put your wallop, divide both sides by 30. And T is going to equal 2, and that is 2 years. Okay, so what I want you to do is number 6, number 4, and number 6. Make sure you write these down in your notes, just a couple short problems.